Hello. Welcome back to Almighty Blues FC, your fan channel for all to see. और of course, it's match day यार. Match day में तो आना ही है live because there is a Chelsea match. Of course, last Chelsea match अगर याद करें भाई सबको याद है. It is a day to forget. Almost यार, it was so frustrating कि मैं बोला भाई let me take a break, लेकिन नहीं. How can we take a break? It is Chelsea man, Chelsea and not just that. There are other matches as well for people out there जो general EPL fans है भाई. आप लोगों के लिए there are 5 matches going to be kicked off. और अभी हम देख रहे हैं एवर्टन लिवरपूल 0-0 एट द आवर मार्क. और क्या लग रहा है वहां पर क्या होगा, बिकॉज दोनों ही साइड ने मारा है पोस्ट को एंड अच्छा मैच हो रहा है. लेकिन अगेन लिवरपूल कुड डू बेटर, सच में बोलो तो. अगेन भाई आई नो दैट देयर आर पीपल आस्किंग भाई आप वॉच अलोंग्स क्यों नहीं कर रहे. वी विल बी डूइंग वॉच अलोंग्स इन फ्यूचर कोर्स एब्सोल्युटली. लेकिन वही है, इफ वी गेट मच मोर लव एंड सपोर्ट वी विल कंटिन्यू टू डू मोर कंटेंट और हम करते रहेंगे दोनों ही चैनल्स पे. तो सब लोग सबसे पहले तो लाइक करिए, सब्सक्राइब करिए. एंड अगेन फॉर पीपल डाउटिंग देयर, भाई ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. वी आर वन कम्युनिटी. I am inviting basically every content creator out there, and I know that every content creator also would like to have me. It's just the fact that time management is the thing. और हमारे भी दो चैनल चलाने पड़ते हैं. That's how it is. और that's passion as well, to be very honest. Will Oba be available for the Fulham game? फरहान पूछ रहे भाई, why not? I hope so. लेकिन डाउट है, सच में बोलो तो डाउट है. अभी देखते हैं. आज के लिए तो वेस्ट हैम है. दिस इज अ डर्बी दैट्स इंपॉर्टेंट. आज फुलम के लिए टॉटनम के साथ, लेकिन आज वेस्ट हैम जैसे लंदन डर्बी क्या होने वाला है. और यस, बाय द वे, वी डिड डू अ प्रॉपर प्रीव्यू एज वेल एज एफपीएल. आई होप आपके एफपीएल टीम्स हैव नॉट टेकन अ हिट. मेरे तो डेफिनेटली हैव. साला अगेन इज नॉट स्कोरिंग टिल नाउ इन द ऑनगोइंग मैच. फोफाना इज स्टार्टिंग द मैच. गौरव बोल रहे. गौरव, किसका ट्वीट देखा आपने? एब्सोल्यूट चेल्सी बोलिए, कहां से देखा आप? क्योंकि लाइनअप्स ऑफिशियली तो 10 मिनट के बाद ही आएंगे. लेकिन आई वाज सरप्राइज अगर फफाना शुरू करे. आई एम वेरी सरप्राइज बिकॉज वो मैच फिट नहीं है. और डज दैट मीन दैट चालोबा ऑलरेडी नॉट गेटिंग ट्रस्टेड? पता नहीं, देखते हैं. टर्न में कीप द ब्लू फ्लैग फ्लाइंग है. बिल्कुल भाई, बिल्कुल. हेलो एज वेल. हेलो टू डेरेन भाई. Why did Klopp sub Trent Alexander-Arnold? Because वो फॉर्म में नहीं है, सिंपल एज दैट. हाँ, हो सकता है इंजरी, लेकिन द फैक्ट इज आप देखिए देयर इज अ मिडवीक गेम भी, और आज उसके भी बात करेंगे. बिकॉज इफ देयर इज अ मिडवीक गेम, अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स क्या होता है, अर्ली ऑन इन सीजन आप मैच फिट नहीं हो टू प्ले दोस 2 गेम्स इन 1 वीक. और यहाँ पे एक चांस बनते हुए पैटरसन ने किया है एंड वर्जिल वैन डाइक काइंड ऑफ ब्लॉक्ड इट. ओके, एड स्किप करनी थी या पूरी देखनी थी? अरे पूरी देख लिया करो यार. इट्स व्हाट आई वुड सजेस्ट, बट अगेन आपकी मर्जी है. आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट यू वॉच फुल्ली इफ यू कैन. सिंपल एज दैट. लेकिन मच थैंक्स यार भाई एवरीवन. बट डेली रूटीन, ब्रेकफास्ट, वर्क, फीफा एंड मॉडरेटर ऑफ ऑलमाइटी ब्लूज एफसी. अरे भाई, मच लव एब्सोल्यूट चेल्सी. चलो वही है, आई गेस्ड इट. हाँ, जनरली एब्सोल्यूट चेल्सी गेट्स इट राइट, आई नो दैट. लेकिन अगेन जस्ट वांटिंग टू बी श्योर बिफोर मैं दिखाओ लाइनअप. और मैं यहाँ पे बिफोर एक्चुअली इवन पुटिंग ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर ट्वीट, देखते हैं. लेट्स सी दैट इफ वी आर एबल टू से. आप लोग को क्या लगता है? और यस, वी डिड डिस्कस दैट वी आर नॉट हैविंग कांटे. कोविच इज नॉट 100% फिट एकदम. सेम विद लॉफ्टस-चीक, सेम विद रीस जेम्स. लेकिन क्या आप रिस्क लोगे तीनों के साथ? वुड यू स्टार्ट विद कोविचिच एंड जॉर्जिनियो? वुड यू स्टार्ट विद बेसिकली गैलेगर कमिंग बैक? आप लोग बोलिए आपके लाइनअप क्या होने चाहिए चेल्सी के लिए अगेंस्ट वेस्ट हैम. और वेस्ट हैम के लिए भी रिमेंबर, दे हैव अ पकेटा, दे हैव अ कॉर्ने. New signings are there. Of course, Kerrer जो हगे आते ही, लेकिन what it happens. जो हकते हैं ना चेल्सी के साथ अच्छा करते हैं. That's what happens. So I won't kind of call him out absolutely. Lineup again. पहले हम 10 मिनट रुकेंगे बिकॉज ऑफिशियल लाइनअप अभी तक आउट नहीं हुई है. लेकिन हैविंग सेड दैट, पहले मैं यहाँ पे कर रहा हूँ जो लाइनअप मैं चाहता हूँ. आप लोग क्या चाहते हैं ये भी बताइए, और फिर हम कंपेयर करेंगे जो ऑफिशियल लाइनअप है. ठीक है? तो इन माय ओपिनियन मैं चाहता तो हूँ 4 एट द बैक. ठीक है? बिकॉज यस, डिस्पाइट हम रिसेंटली शुरू नहीं किया अच्छा 4 एट द बैक से, देन वी वेंट बैक टू 5 एट द बैक इन गेम्स, और फिर थोड़ा सा बेटर थे. लेकिन फिर भी यार, जब तक हम ट्राई नहीं करेंगे कंसिस्टेंटली, हाउ विल वी नो दैट दैट कैन बी अ फॉर्मेशन फॉर अस? सिंपल एज दैट. हाँ, अभी सिंगल पिवट तो नहीं जाऊंगा बिकॉज जकारिया के पास वर्क परमिट नहीं है फ्रॉम व्हाट आई अंडरस्टैंड. तो आई विल स्टिल बेसिकली कंटिन्यू जो रिसेंटली खेलते आ रहे टूकल. बट अगेन बिकॉज ऑफ दोज रीजंस मे बी आज 5 एट द बैक जा सकते हैं चेल्सी. इसीलिए मैं जा सकता हूँ 3-4-3. तो मेरा लेट मी एक्चुअली शेयर द स्क्रीन ना, मैं साथ साथ में करता हूँ. आप लोग भी अपने लाइनअप डालिए यार, आपको क्या लगता होने वाला है. देन जस्ट 5 मिनट्स विल बी कंपेयरिंग इट विद जो एक्चुअल लाइनअप्स है. तो यहाँ पे मुझे लग रहा है स्ट्राइकर डेफिनेटली ब्रोया, नो टू वेज अबाउट इट. लेट्स पुट ब्रोया देयर. एंड राइट विंग, यस, Ziyech if Pulisic was there, but the fact that Pulisic नहीं खेलेंगे, मुझे लगता है माउंट को एक और चांस मिलेगा बिकॉज माउंट कैन आल्सो ऐड इनटू सेट पीसेस, वो ओनली रीजन है. यस, स्टर्लिंग और जिएश का थोड़ा ट्यूनिंग बन रही थी, एंड जिएश एंड रीस जेम्स ऑन राइट फ्लैंक हैव अ लिटिल बिट ट्यूनिंग फ्रॉम द पास्ट. लेकिन फिर भी माउंट बीइंग अ talisman लास्ट सीजन एक और चांस मिलेगा मेरे ख्याल से. आई एम जस्ट गेसिंग इट. हैवर्ट्स नो, सॉरी यार, हैवर्ट्स बहुत सारे चांसेस मिस कर रहे हैं. ही इज नॉट अ स्ट्राइकर, तो इट बी ईदर माउंट और हैवर्ट्स ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड. और लेफ्ट मिडफील्ड वुड प्रोबेबली बी इन द विंग बैक सिस्टम. मैंने बोला है दैट बेन चिलवेल इज बेटर बिकॉज हमें चाहिए गोल्स. लेकिन द फैक्ट दैट आज ब्रोया है और स्टर्लिंग वाइट खेल रहे, आई थिंक वी माइट जस्ट गो विद कुकुरेया. कुकुरेया और स्टर्लिंग का भी एक बना है पार्टनरशिप ऑलरेडी ऑन लेफ्ट फ्लैंक. ठीक है, राइट मिडफील्ड ऑब्वियसली व्हेन वी हैव द मैन, द मिथ एंड द लेजेंड, नॉट द मिथ, डेफिनेटली ऑलरेडी रीस जेम्स हैज टू बी देयर. सेंट्रल मिडफील्ड में आई वुड पुट, किसको डालेंगे भाई? मैं डालूंगा, इट इज वेस्ट हैम की मिडफील्ड भाई, सूचेक और राइस. ओ माय गॉड, ओ माय गॉड, दिस इज डिफिकल्ट मैन, दिस इज डिफिकल्ट. लेकिन द फैक्ट दैट जोविच साथ में अच्छा करते हैं, दैट इज द ओनली रीजन मैं डाल रहा हूँ, और कोई रीजन नहीं है. तो मैं डालूंगा जोविच को साथ में, दैट्स कोवाचिच एंड जॉर्जिनियो, यस, नॉट गैलेगर. मैं लूंगा डिस्पाइट हिज एक पोटेंशियल इंजरी है भाई, आई होप सर्जरी नहीं थी यार कोवाचिच के लिए. आप लोग देख रहे हैं सब ईमेल क्या बोल रहे हैं आप लोग. गैलेगर राइट विंग बोल रहे हैं तन्मय. My prediction for West Ham: Fabianski, Sufal, Zuma, Kerr, Cresswell, Rice, Suchek, Paqueta, Ben. Oh, Paqueta खेलेंगे आपके हिसाब से? Okay, मेरे ख्याल से Fornals खेलेंगे आज. Paqueta will come off the bench. Again, I might be wrong. Broja should start. बिल्कुल. Rice own goal. Come on. And yes, let's get the score predictions as well. Meanwhile, before seeing the lineups and after seeing the lineups का हम comparison करेंगे. मेरे ख्याल से, in my opinion, the starter आज के दिन में because of लास्ट मैच इतना बुरा नहीं किया, एंड द फैक्ट दैट यू हैव बेसिकली सम कॉन्फिडेंस गिवन. फोफाना इज नॉट मैच फिट येट बिकॉज ऑफ मिसिंग ट्रेनिंग विद लेस्टर. वो बेंच से आएंगे और स्टार्ट करेंगे चालोबा. लेफ्ट सेंटर बैक ऑब्वियसली भाई बाहुबली ला देते हैं. बाहुबली को किधर है भाई आगे. और सेंटर बैक भाई थियागो सिल्वा कंटिन्यू डिस्पाइट मिडवीक गेम में वो रेस्ट कर लेंगे मेरे ख्याल से. दैट्स व्हाट विल हैपन. एंड मेंडी ऑब्वियसली इज नंबर 1, वो तो दो राय नहीं है अभी के लिए वापस. सो यस, दिस इज व्हाट मैं कर रहा हूँ. आप लोग काफी डिसएग्री कर सकते हैं, फेयर इनफ, लेकिन दिस इज माय लाइनअप. ये मैं स्टॉप करूंगा शेयर करना और आपके देखते हैं. एंड यस पीपल, लेट्स गेट इन द लाइक्स, लेट्स गेट इन मोर लाइक्स सो दैट वी हैव मोर पीपल इन चैट. और हम डेफिनेटली रिएक्ट करेंगे एज सून एज द ऑफिशियल लाइनअप इज आउट. बट लुकिंग एट द लाइनअप जो मैंने अभी दिखाया था, प्लीज कमेंट. यस, बाय द वे, टू कमेंट यू हैव टू सब्सक्राइब, एंड दैट्स अ फैक्ट. वैसे ही गाड़ी चलती है भाई, लाइक्स सब्सक्रिप्शन से चैनल आगे चलता है. सो प्लीज डू दैट, एंड डू नॉट फॉरगेट द बेल नोटिफिकेशन आइकॉन भी. ये आपने चुकुमेका भाई साहब कहाँ है? यार चुकुमेका रहेंगे, बेंच पर रहेंगे, डेफिनेटली ऑप्शन रहेंगे. द फैक्ट दैट हमारे पास इतने मिडफील्डर्स नहीं है अभी के लिए, मे बी ही विल बी ऑन द बेंच. दैट इज व्हाट मैं, ऐसे भी ही इज नॉट सपोज्ड टू स्टार्ट. ही वाज नॉट साइंड की एक्सपेक्टिंग कि ही विल स्टार्ट गेम्स, वो क्लियर है. केपा शुड बी गिवन अ चांस, आई डोंट डिसएग्री, लेकिन whether you will give it in a derby game, I don't think so. अभी के लिए लास्ट मैच में I know that there is a question mark, but the fact is, I think we probably could have lost even worse than 2-1 to Southampton. So, हो सकता है with Kepa and Silva, what they did, I think maybe, sorry, with Mendy and Silva, maybe we could have saved. Yeah, first goal, you can argue Mendy की गलती थी, लेकिन overall, I think Mendy has not done so bad in the recent game. अरे गोल हो गया यार, Everton का by the way. I think it's offside or goal? Offside नहीं है भाई, गोल है. Connor Cody scoring. Oh my God, Connor Cody scoring. भाई Merseyside derby has gone haywire. And look at the scenes at Goodison Park. Bhai sahab, just check it out, man. Everton have scored. Man, again, Liverpool अगर drop points करे तो बढ़िया है, लेकिन we have to get 3 points आज. Having said that, मैंने बोला है that we will do 1-1. Yes, देखते हैं अब क्या होता है, अलग बात है, maybe 2-2 भी. That's what will happen because हम लीक कर रहे हैं goals. That's the main reason, and not scoring enough goals. You can say a bit of both. लेकिन West Ham have looked better last 2 games में. भाई कैसे स्कोर्ड इन हिज डेब्यू. एक्चुअली रेड कार्ड था डेब्यू में, जहां तक मुझे याद है. ही एंड देन ही स्कोर्ड, राइट? अरे ऑफसाइड है लगता है. आई थिंक इज ऑफसाइड है यार. आई थिंक ऑफसाइड है. आई थिंक ही इज जस्ट अहेड. आई थिंक एक एंगल से लग रहा है अहेड है. नील मोपे उनके नए साइनिंग टू कॉर्नर कोडी, अनदर नए साइनिंग. आई थिंक ही इज अहेड ऑफ नील मोपेज बूट. एक एंगल से लग रहा है. आप लोग बोलिए इफ यू आर वाचिंग द मैच एवर्टन वर्सेस लिवरपूल, 69th मिनट में लग रहा है गोल, लेकिन ऑफ लग रहा है ऑन रीप्ले इन वन एंगल. यस, आई थिंक इट्स ऑफ. माय प्रेडिक्शन 2-0 टू चेल्सी. अनुराग बोल रहे हैं. ओके, द रीजन आई हेट मेंडी इज बिकॉज़ ही डिलीवर्स मास्टर क्लास अगेंस्ट अ बिग टीम. अगेंस्ट स्मॉल टीम्स हक देता है. अरे ऑफसाइड है यार. ये तो ऑफ साइड है, और एंगल देखिए कॉर्नर कोडी, लाइक इतना मतलब पागलपंती देखने वही होता है ना, वी आर स्पॉइल्स द मूड मैन. बट एनीवे, लिवरपूल अगेन मैन, अगेन वही है, लक फेवर्स द ब्रेव, यू कैन से दैट, बट देयर इज अ सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ लक. मैं बोलता हूँ इट्स अ थिन लाइन मार्जिन, इट्स अ थिन लाइन मार्जिन, ऑफ लग रहा है बिल्कुल. लेकिन वो ये एंगल, वाइड एंगल दिखा रहे जानबूझ के. आई डोंट नो, इट्स मे बी आई एम जस्ट बायस्ड टुवर्ड्स चेल्सी और ऑपोजिशंस. लेकिन यार थोड़ा सा एंगल इस एंगल से दिखा क्यों रहे वी आर, दैट इज माय क्वेश्चन. यू नो, शो इट एट राइट एंगल्स, ना शो इट एट परपेंडिकुलर. ऑफसाइड, पीपल इज ऑफसाइड, 0-0. मर्सी साइड अभी. एवर्टन भाई कब जीतेगी यार लिवरपूल के साथ एट गुडिसन पार्क, लेट्स सी. कैलम हसन ऑन द बेंच भाई फॉर बाय लेवरकुसेन, वाओ. फर्स्ट मैच में ही बेंच में होता एक्सपेक्टेड इज, कम ऑन. लेकिन लेट्स गो विद दैट. एंड नाउ let me see if I have my guest soon. Okay, so my guest will be joining in some time. Okay, let's see. और मैं यहाँ पे रिफ्रेश कर रहा हूँ भाई, क्या है. लुक्स लाइक वेस्ली फोफाना विल स्टार्ट फॉर चेल्सी, डिस्पाइट मैंने जो दिखाया था लाइनअप, जो मेरा प्रेडिक्ट था इन टर्म्स ऑफ जो होना चाहिए कंपेयर टू व्हाट टुकल वुड वांट टू हैव. लेकिन वही है, व्हेन यू आर साइंड एट 70 मिलियन पाउंड्स, देयर इज नथिंग लाइक दैट. मतलब हमें चांस लेना ही पड़ेगा. अभी 3 द बैग है, थोड़ा प्रोटेक्शन होगा, लेट्स होप फॉर दैट. लेकिन आई एम जस्ट लुकिंग एट चेल्सी ट्विटर अकाउंट, अगर कुछ आया तो भाई आई कैन सी द प्लेयर्स कमिंग इन, आई कैन नॉट सी द लाइनअप येट. बट अगेन आप लोग बोलिए व्हाट इज द मेन बैटल आप देख रहे हो आज, व्हाट आर यू एक्सपेक्टिंग इन द मैच. लाइक इट इज अ डर्बी, यस, बट आर यू एक्सपेक्टिंग स्टैमफोर्ड ब्रिज टू बी एंड दैट एट दैट लेवल जो टॉटनम के साथ था. मतलब टेक्निकली अभी ये देखो ना, मतलब वी आर नॉट डूइंग वेल इन द प्रीमियरशिप टेबल एट ऑल, सो दैट इज द होल पॉइंट. इसीलिए इट बिकम्स इवन मोर इंपॉर्टेंट कंसिडरिंग कि अभी चैंपियंस लीग है, कंसिडरिंग कि हमारे नेक्स्ट फिक्चर्स इतने इजी नहीं है. वी आर प्लेइंग लिवरपूल इन कपल ऑफ वीक्स टाइम. तो वो सब देख के देखो, अब हम 10th है अभी टेबल में. इट इज नोवेयर नियर वेयर चेल्सी शुड बी, डिस्पाइट कि पहला 5 गेम ही हुए, राइट. So that is why I would say that we need to pull up our socks big time, or both in terms of goals, defending, as well as even just the way we play. We are not looking that smooth, not fluid. और वहीं पर I think the fact that we have made a couple of signings एक boost देगा morale को, confidence को, maybe competition देगा for people like Mount and Havertz. They need competition more. In my opinion, Pulisic और Ziyech नहीं दे पा रहे थे वो, that's a fact. Lekin this is not good, yeah, seeing Arsenal on top and Chelsea and at 10th. Lekin again, we'll see. By the way, there is a Milan derby as well tonight. Let's see if we're able to cover that. Lekin hopefully we'll be covering दोनों का review साथ में. I think that's a good idea, right? Lineup आ गया. Trish, thank you, yaar. How are you? By the way, good to see you as always. So let me just refresh and show you the lineup quickly. Yes, people, the lineup is out. Wow. इंटरेस्टिंग है लाइनअप. इतना मैं बता सकता हूँ. चलो मैं विदाउट प्लेइंग अराउंड, लेट मी एक्चुअली पुट इट ऑन स्क्रीन. बाय द वे, सब लोग लाइक कर दिया आई होप स्ट्रीम को. आई डेफिनेटली हैव, सो दैट ज्यादा लोग आए, मजा हम करें इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिस्कशंस ऑन व्हाट द बैटल्स विल बी लाइक. भाई मेंडी, Fofana is making his Chelsea debut after the huge move. Thiago Silva is captain. Yes, you heard that right. Koulibaly, James, Gallagher, Loftus-Cheek. Okay, so Gallagher, Loftus-Cheek and Kovacic. अरे नहीं यार, नो वे. आर वी प्लेइंग जेम्स एट लेफ्ट बैक यार? व्हाट इज इट, व्हाट इज द एक पागलपंती, व्हाट इज इट फॉर रियल? आर वी प्लेइंग जेम्स फॉर एट लेफ्ट विंग बैक और समथिंग लाइक दैट? व्हाट हैपेंड? वेयर इज कुकुरेया? है ना, नहीं सॉरी मैं ओवर रिएक्ट कर दिया भाई. कुकुरेया है, मैं एक बार डर गया क्या है. ओके, जेम्स इज प्लेइंग राइट बैक, कुकुरेया एट लेफ्ट विंग बैक. ओके, वी आर गोइंग 5 विद द बैक. Gallagher and Loftus-Cheek and Kovacic. भाई इतना टाइट क्यों खेल रहे अपन? I'm just wondering. Is Gallagher playing as a number 8 then? Is he playing behind Sterling? बाप रे, मतलब ये तो एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रहा था. माउंट और हैवर्ट्स दोनों ही बेंच पर, and we have Gallagher coming in. Interesting that by Broja doesn't start. What do you have to say about that? मतलब Broja should have started this game, man. मतलब क्या Broja को क्या करना है यार गेम शुरू करने के लिए? We need a central target man, especially with that defense. Yes, Zuma, by the way, he is good in the air. He's good, मतलब strength में अच्छे. लेकिन maybe the fact that Zuma is not so good on his feet when it comes to people dribbling. So that's why they have direct players like Pulisic and Sterling. ये मैं सोच सकता हूँ. मैं लॉजिक सोच रहा हूँ from an angle of Thomas Tuchel. But what do you all think? As in, the fact is, we have a Ziyech, a Mount, a Broja, a Havertz, Charo on the bench. Is it a bit too much on the bench? Let me know in the chat, people. And yes, I'll open one more website so that आपको अच्छा मिले in terms of the the formation, etc. या डेरेन ने बोला था करेक्ट, बिल्कुल डेरेन आप बहुत चीज सही बोल रहे हो आजकल। लेकिन देखिए गैलेगर अगेन मैं डिसएग्री करता हूँ, ही इज मोर लाइक बेस्ट इन अ 3-5-2 इन अ मिडफील्ड, just in front of the defensive midfielder or behind the strikers, or he is best in maybe say where we are playing a 4-3-3, proper number 8. Now time will tell whether he can give Chelsea the width that is required considering the center halves of West Ham. Okay, we have McKyle joining us. So let me add McKyle to the stream. And by the way, people, meanwhile, let's like, share, and subscribe. And remember, there is a target to the subscription and likes. So let's hopefully get there so that we have more people and have more fun. Okay, McKyle, bro, how are you?
Big up, Ankit.
After the dance meeting first time, bro. As in good vibes, or is it the same?
It's just been long enough for me to forget about my sorrow.
No, RLC is definitely not striker. Definitely not doing a Conte preseason year. I'm pretty sure on that. But I'm just pulling up the lineup, Mikhail. But Mikhail, big news that Fofana is starting. Obviously, that is the biggest news as of
अरे
now.
यार नहीं अभी से क्या बैकपोर्ट खिला रहे हैं क्या कर रहे हैं
बैकफायर लग रहा है, बैकफायर लग रहा है। और बहुत ही सरप्राइज इसलिए है ना मुझे, क्योंकि फोफाना ने ट्रेडिंग मिस किया लिटरली विद लेस्टर सिटी। आई डोंट नो वेदर ही इज फिट मैन। एज इन जॉन टेरी ने ट्वीट किया, आई डोंट नो इफ यू सॉ दैट फोफाना विल probably take a few weeks to get up to pace, and Emerson is playing in the opposition. Let me just put it on screen right away. And yes, people, again, do not forget the likes so we have more people and we have more discussion, and let's see, we can talk about
Yeah,
all the tactics and whatnot. So this is what it looks like on paper right now. So Kukurea and Reece James. First, you know what? मैंने Kukurea को miss कर दिया in the initial tweet that I was seeing. So I was like, oh my god, don't tell me Thomas Tuchel has a fascination towards wing back and Reece James like left wing back again. I don't want that in getting injured. But luckily, no. Kukurea is playing left wing back. Fofana right center back. Looks like a 3-5-2 with maybe Gallagher just in front of Loftus-Cheek and Kovacic. If that's the thing, it may work. But if Gallagher is actually considered to be a wide forward, which he also isn't, right?
yeah, man. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, yeah. No, that's an interesting lineup. I'm just trying to understand. Kovacic is. I heard in news that Kovacic might need surgery, so that makes
Yeah,
me
so the
question about his match fitness. Is it a gamble, or is he good to
it
play?
is a gamble. So the thing is, I believe Kovacic was at the edge. So अगर वो injury और होती ना worse, then he could have needed a surgery. लेकिन वही है, अभी भी there is the point that again if his knee kind of goes for a toss, right, he probably need a surgery. अब वो risk ले रहे, तो Kovacic खुद और Thomas Tuchel maybe they had a chat कि नहीं, I like to play. So he is ready to take that risk. Considering it's a World Cup year, it's very surprising for me. लेकिन maybe it's in Chelsea's benefit. I don't know. Let's hope for that.
Generally, I like the idea that we're trying to pack midfield. I've felt in the past few games
Mm-hmm.
we haven't done that well enough. So I like the idea. The problem is that even if we pack midfield and then we don't retain our shape as a team, we will again get hit on the counters, on the turnovers. So what I'm looking for today from Chelsea is how we retain our shape. I don't care which system we're playing because we're changing systems throughout the game. Sometimes we switch to a 4-2-2-2. Sometimes it's a back three with the traditional wing backs. But what I want to see is how we retain the shape, because I think we lost our shape in the last game and that's why we paid the price. So I'm looking for a little more tactical awareness defensively from the whole team. I don't want us just the forward line standing right at the top of the pitch and just watching the game from there. I expect more more of a presence in the midfield. Hopefully this time around.
Right. By the way, people, यहाँ पर ना background में there is some music going on. There's a festival out here, right? So weekend है, so everyone is in that mood. So there's some music going on in the background. I hope you'll be able to hear me fine. But we welcome Fahim in the house as well. CFC Fahim, what's up, bro? How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How's everyone doing?
Big
All
up,
well, all
Ryan.
well. Just looking at this, man. Fofana starting, man. As in, I know many of us wanted that, as in deep down. But again, is he match fit? John Terry tweeting about him not being match fit, etc. So is Chaloba not being trusted at all? Why is he kept?
I think Fofana's more match fit than Chalobah now because Fofana has played some games for Leicester. Chalobah
But
hasn't really.
he's played shit, bro. Trust me.
I know, but that's Leicester. This is Chelsea. He switched on. He switched on for Chelsea. Leicester, everyone's playing rubbish from Leicester. But I think he'll have a good game. I think he'll have a good game. That back line, very, very strong. Silva, Koulibaly, Mendy. I'm not too sure, but with Silva, he'll be comfortable. Obviously, a massive upgrade to Johnny Evans, so he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Okay, I'll buy that absolutely. And of course, yeah, Mikhail, please go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think for me, the picture of the day in the build up to this match was a little tiny Fofana next to Aubameyang. I saw.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I actually put it up as well yesterday in my preview. So and that's a fact, and that's how I think footballing stories are made up of. Sometimes, Saint Etienne kids, both and one as in a Saint Etienne adult coming and kind of playing for us, especially one having played for Arsenal. But again, that's how it goes. Pulisic over Kai, Divyansh is saying, and going with a back five. Chelsea look more defensive and less attacking for tonight's game. Okay, so Mikhail, what do you have to say to that comment?
Pulisic over Kai going with the back five. Chelsea looks more defensive and less attacking for tonight's game. It depends on you. Well, you looking at that midfield, it's hard to argue with that statement. But when I look at that statement, I'm concerned defensively because that midfield doesn't fill me with confidence. But I can already see we're going to get violated on turnovers. So again, it goes back to when I look at that midfield, I want to see some shape to how we're playing on the pitch. The trap will be that Loftus-Cheek and Gallagher both are prone to not holding their position in that 6. So is Loftus-Cheek playing as an out-and-out 8? Is Kovacic playing as an 8? Or are is somebody going to sit back and try to help Gallagher if Gallagher is indeed the 6? So I think it's kind of set up as a challenge to pretty much both of Gallagher and Loftus-Cheek how we end up performing today. But generally speaking, like I said, I don't necessarily care about the attacking or defensive mindset as long as we retain the shape. To me, that's more important. And if we retain our shape, our chances will come. Then it's up to Sterling and whoever's next to him to try to convert.
Right. Okay, so here again, I am taking a few comments, and again, people do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. By the way, big shout out to both these chaps here. As in the fact that they are here always more or less on match days, really helps me have that discussion because all the frustrations pulling of the hair that we have looking at Chelsea lineups, especially with Tuchel, as much as we love him. And it's anyone's kind of bet what Tuchel will start with. So Fahim has a brilliant channel. People do and subscribe him as well. And McKyle, he knows his stuff inside out when it comes to football, especially Chelsea, and writes very well as well. I have put McKyle's Twitter link as well below, so please give him a follow. भाई सब लोग और यहाँ पर भाई आकाश आप मुझे पता है आप हो आकाश. Let me tell you, like as much as I understand totally being a Leicester fan that Akash is, the Rec Joker. By the way, shout out to him as well. You know what, Akash? Brendan Rodgers, and that's why I actually respect Brendan Rodgers after that. Brendan Rodgers has actually come out and actually said openly that the lad's a fantastic lad. There's no problem with the lad. The post that he made or whatever that was, kind of driven from Fofana's camp wasn't driven from Fofana. Sure thing, as in, come on, Fahim, that's got to be a very, very great, as in kind of a news for Chelsea because, again, we know that we've been through Courtois in the past, more recently Lukaku, of course, to some extent Christensen. Surely, with Fofana coming with the thing of, say, what he did at St. Etienne towards the end, what he did at Leicester towards the end, it gave a little doubt in my mind, if I'm being very honest. But the fact that Brendan Rodgers is cleared that he's a fantastic lad in attitude, etc., I think it'll help us, right? And where do you see Fofana's career going?
Yeah, I think the ceiling is the sky for Fofana. It's whether he can stay fit because obviously he had that leg breaking injury. It's a big injury. That injury will carry on its effect throughout your whole career. So I hope that doesn't happen. I hope he doesn't pick up these small injuries. But yeah, like the player, like Tuchel said in his press conference, he's quick, he's aggressive, he can ball play, and exactly the profile we needed, the right centre back role. it reminds me like a Rudiger, to be honest, but a little bit more composed with the ball and not erratic. So I'm very, very excited. I think this is a chance for him to prove what he can do, so that he can feature in the World Cup as well, because the World Cup is this December. Um, so now he's got his big move to Chelsea. I think he'll have a good season for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a brilliant point, and of course, and there's a huge kind of a fight kind of going on between the France centre backs, right? Even in this game, for
Mm,
example, right? There's
yeah,
Fofana, and of course, as in our man, and Zuma, and I know McKyle, if you remember, like I was a Zuma fan, to be very honest, but the fact that in our system, as in the way Tuchel played him, he didn't fit in.
mm.
So Zuma, Fofana, I think there's Saliba, and I think there's one more I'm missing, Kunde, of course, right?
Konate,
These four
Konate.
young. Kind of as in 4-5 centre backs from France, really kind of battling it out. But again, what number is Fofana? As in, I'm not sure if I know it. What's the
33,
number?
33, 33.
33. Okay, he's checking
Yeah.
Emerson's number basically.
Yeah.
Interesting that.
I think
Uh,
number 3
and
was available, but I don't know why he didn't take.
I don't know, man. I'll come to Mikhail. Mikhail, what do you think about as in the numbers thing, man? As in Aubameyang taking 9 and 33 with Fofana. Are you superstitious?
I am, but again, where we're sitting at, I'll take that even. But I think Obama subconsciously or consciously is setting trying to keep the expectations realistic. Like let's not put too much pressure on Oba even. As long as he's a positive influence in the dressing room, he can probably put an arm around Broja and maybe pass something on to him. If he can give us, like you were, I think, saying 15 goals in the league, maybe 20 for all competitions, that'll be an excellent season. And if he can contribute with the goal contributions, assists, build up play, holding up the ball, whatever we expect from a person playing that role, then hopefully it should be a positive contribution. I'm hopeful that the point is that we did not overpay, right? So 10 million plus whatever the transfer was for Alonso. I mean, it's not a big risk. Even if he doesn't pan out, I think he'll be a positive influence regardless.
Yep, I think I hear you there. And yes, people think Lampard ball is fire. You know what?
Mm,
I mean, they probably should have been ahead. If I'm being honest, Liverpool
yeah,
had about 2-3 chances. They hit the post. I know, but still, I think Everton missed a couple of chances as well. Like, I'm probably sure that Everton will regret not taking 4
offside
points,
as well.
especially Liverpool.
Cody offside as well.
Offside, exactly. That was also there. But you know what? Lampard, and that's a debate for another day. But yeah, the fact is, Lampard, in my view, is not doing as badly defensively as what I thought so this season. And we played them. Remember, Fahim, as in they were pretty good defensively in that
Yeah,
match at
yeah,
least,
yeah.
right?
They were
So
solid. Yeah, they were solid.
exactly. Okay, Ishan is saying a 2-all draw is what he's expecting. Again, I'll be putting up the bench now, and that is interesting point of view because yes, we saw the lineups and we can say a little bit negative, but again, as Mikhail said, Tuchel probably wants to shore up that midfield and have that second ball winners really in the park in the midfield, right? But this is interesting. Armando Broja. Now I know that Fahim, we've been talking about Armando Broja for a while. Come on, man. As in, he had more impact than Havertz in 1 hour in just 3 minutes, and that's something that we cannot even deny. The last match. But Broja signing a new contract now. Come on, he's like okay, guaranteed he's going to be Chelsea for this season at least. Is Tuchel like no? As in, he reads it too much into the age factor. Do you feel? I feel that with Gilmore, he probably did that to an extent. Do
Mm.
you have that feeling as well when it comes to the age factor? He has that thing. No, they want to slowly but steadily, come into
Yeah, like
Chelsea.
it's not just Gilmore, but also Ampadu as well. Knowing that
Yeah.
you've got short in depth in terms of the DM position, surely you'd give them a chance, but they never got a chance in preseason, which was a weird thing. Like when I read Tuchel's comments about Gilmore having a poor loan spell, um, but so did Ruben. Ruben had a poor loan spell at Fulham. He got
Pathetic,
a
bro.
chance.
Pathetic, in fact. I remember Ruben was playing at right midfield at Fulham.
Yeah,
And maybe that is why he started playing right wing back for whatever reason at
maybe,
times.
maybe.
But
But it's like it doesn't make any sense because Gilmore didn't get a single chance in pre-season. We had pre-season, he didn't feature many games, so I don't know what's the case behind the Gilmore. It's a bit weird. Obviously now he's gone for 9 million. I do think he'll smash at Brighton. For Broja, signing a new contract is good, but I do want to see how he impacts his team. Against Southampton, there were some positive impacts. He looked aggressive, strong, and he has willingness to actually score a goal, whereas Kai Havertz doesn't have that willingness to actually bomb forward. So it's interesting what will happen to Broja this season, because I thought he would start today, considering the fact that both Havertz and Mount have not been that great. Same with Gallagher as well. But he starts again today. So maybe we'll see a sub appearance for Broja, and I just hope that he keeps proving Tuchel wrong, because that's the important part. That's the important part.
Yep. Fair enough. I don't know about McKyle, the fact that Zuma is there in the opposition. I know Kehrer has mistaken him as well. So he has gone for maybe the experience factor and maybe a Pulisic and a Sterling, who are like, not going to be centrally there, but again, there or thereabouts, right? As in more fluid, simply put. So with maybe Zuma being there, and we know the shortcomings of Zuma, could that have been the reason, Mikhail, that Broja is not there?
I think Broja will come on. I think he's just not. He's protecting Broja. I think he doesn't want to put him start with him necessarily just yet. And maybe Pulisic does deserve a start. He's kind of been on the sidelines. He needs to start growing in his game time, and hopefully he can make an impact to the game today. Zuma can be. I think Zuma's problems were more on the ball. So necessarily, I don't see a direct correlation there between picking Broja or not picking Broja, but I would like to see. I would like to see how Sterling and Pulisic take on their backline today. What kind of space they're given, and are they able to get past them on the turn? It should be an interesting contest.
Correct. And with Zuma again, I was personally a huge fan. Again, we are talking about footballing and purely footballing, abilities here, nothing else. Let's not go there. But the fact that I think two matches come to mind with Zuma. One was, I think both were against Arsenal, if I remember right. One was obviously Aubameyang ironically scored that goal in the FA Cup final, where Zuma was easily turned just in 1 second, right? And the second one is obviously where Jorginho had a pass to Zuma. He was playing left centre back at the time. He wasn't comfortable, and the entire world went on blaming Jorginho. But some of us thought even Zuma was at fault there. So I think that's what, as McKyle said, he's not very as in good with his feet when it comes to the ball movement, and that is where.
It's also the focus as well. We've seen it against Southampton, I think it was the draw, and against West Brom when we got battered by West Brom. Sometimes he has this he doesn't concentrate in some games. He just has these lapses of concentration. So that's one of his weaknesses as well as ball playing. But other than that, defending, like his defending slide tackles is definitely very, very good for sure.
And he's going to be a threat from set pieces. So playing Fofana, probably we're trying to put some bodies in there that can throw themselves around. Hopefully.
But that's a brilliant point, Mikhail, because the fact that I believe that Tuchel actually sees Ruben Loftus-Cheek as that guy as well. Like he's always talked about Ruben Loftus-Cheek, the build that he has. Not that he uses his body very, very well off late. I know that after injury, he's not that what he used to be, but I think he can do. I think Tuchel is probably building up that confidence in Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And then you got to use your body more, and that's why I can play in multiple positions. And I know Fahim and me were on Twitter last night. I know about Zakaria. Let's not go there about playing right wing back. Oh my god! I hope that doesn't happen, man. I think that's just a worst case option that Tuchel probably.
But
let's give it the benefit of doubt. And I'm not going to see that, man. I'm hoping in hell that doesn't happen.
Well, there's that comment, and then there's Zakaria saying that his idol is Drogba. So then I'm.
He likes going forward. He's a forward thinker. I'm like, we need a DM. We need another John Obi Mikel or Nemanja Matic. Finally, man, we need that. And you are like talking about going forward. Oh my god! Let's see. I genuinely believe by the comment what I read It's like whenever Zakaria comes, he'll still continue the same formation. He'll play in a double pivot. He's not going to be playing in a single pivot. What many of us are kind of hoping to give that,
Yeah.
I will give the freedom to Mason Mount, Gallagher of the like. And we really need that. Don't we, McKyle?
Yeah. It's actually surprising to finally not see Mount start a game. It should be interesting to see what kind of impact he can have off the bench. Hopefully, if he has to come on. That's the other thing. 5 subs, it should be interesting to see what kind of changes Tuchel brings on and when he brings them on. Because this is not the lineup that everybody would have picked. So at some point there might be an adjustment.
He's going to change, yeah, for sure. And same thing with West Ham. I've been talking about West Ham, Fahim, and the substitutes what McKyle spoke about. I think, they almost scored, right?
Hit the post again. Oh my days! How many times?
This game is like, oh my god, man. And then to be honest, it deserves a draw in the end. No. As in this probably should have been a goal. You know what? I wouldn't. No, actually no. I'll take a Liverpool draw any day, man. Not from my FPL team. Even if Salah is my captain in FPL, I don't want to score.
Salah is your captain. No, I took him off. He was just doing terrible for me. Erling Haaland.
I've kept faith with him. I've kept faith with Reece James' injury. I thought he'll come back, and he's done that, right? But talking about West Ham, man, they have our old man, not just Zuma. They also have an Emerson. Emerson playing 4 at the back. And to be fair to Emerson, we hardly, except for maybe Sari, we hardly played Emerson 4 at the back, left back, right? And I know that he won the Champions League with us, great time. But do you think with Cresswell being there, he'll directly compete with Cresswell, or they'll go probably 5 at the back like last match? Because they have signed also Cornet, if I'm not wrong. Cornet is also there as an option for them. So they have a good bench. So where do you see Emerson's career going from here?
To me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Emerson and West Ham, I think that's his level, to be honest. When I mean that is his level, the West Ham right now are not doing well, but the level that West Ham were playing last season, that's sort of his level, sort of top 6, top 8, like that. That's where his level is. But I think Emerson can do a job in both positions: left back, left mid, left wing back.
Okay. It's a draw. 0-0.
It's a draw.
Game is over, people. The Liverpool dropping points. Come on, Chelsea, get in, man. And we shouldn't do worse than that. We should do only better. Let me put it that way. We are playing Liverpool in a couple of weeks. So that is also a huge difference. Yes, fine. Please continue. So he'll be directly competing with Reece James. By the way, imagine Reece James was the Emerson. There's only one winner. Come on.
Yeah. Reece James is clear. Reece James is way clearer than Emerson. But there's no disrespect to Emerson. I think Emerson, when he was at Chelsea, he wasn't a bad player. He was just very basic. That's how you put it. A basic left back, a good option for Chelsea. But it wasn't spectacular. It didn't really have anything amazing to his style. But I think him playing left mid, left wing back, left back, he's quite versatile. We've seen it in the Champions League as well. He's played left mid as a sub at times. He scored that goal.
I think there was one game where Tuchel got him as a sub on the right hand side, like sometimes Kennedy used to do, in 2016, where he came and cut in from the right. So you never know, because he's a Brazilian come Italian. So that is something having. But Fornells is playing. So interestingly, what they have done is they have not played Benrahma for this, and Lanzini is on the bench as well. But they are playing Paqueta. Now Paqueta, the way West Ham used to play, I don't think they played with a core kind of a cam or second striker. Now Paqueta is someone who really is close to the striker, Antonio. So do you think, as in with Chelsea, the fact that Tuchel might actually, what we saw on the screen, which I'll be putting up again, that maybe that is the reason why Tuchel is going 5 in midfield and not Gallagher playing as a number 10 or number 8?
I think that's also a chance, yeah. But I think in midfield, I think Tuchel even said it in his press conference that we need to toughen up. And Jorginho, look, I don't think it does. I think he made the right decision dropping Jorginho because of the fact that West Ham are a physical team. They rely on physicality. You look at Rice, Soucek, Paqueta, Antonio. They are physical players, and I think you need to have a midfield that is strong enough, because I said this before, the midfield protects the defense. If your midfield is bypassed so easily, it puts too much pressure on the defense, and then we'll all blame the defense. But we need to talk about what happened to the midfield first, because surely the only way they can get to the defense is by bypassing through the midfield. So I think, yeah, the midfield three, it is strong. Gallagher, Loftus, Kovacic. And it's just about how do they position themselves in midfield? Because I'm seeing Gallagher playing in that 6. So in the middle, I don't think that's the case. I think Ruben will play
Exactly.
that 6.
That's the concern I have for this match. I know Tuchel doesn't like the word concern. He's told that umpteen number of times. But again, I'll take a few comments here. I know I've been missing the comments. Again, 4-0 Chelsea. Wow. As if that happens, I'll take even half of that. To be very honest, I'll take half of that one. But again, thanks for that. What a game. Pickford man of the match for me. Yes. I think there
Yeah.
was a certain amount of luck, Danish. But again, a Manchester United fan that Danish is pretty sure he like that them dropping point. Not that I don't. Of course, I do as well. But Pickford has been brilliant. Okay, fair enough. Pickford, by the way, just talking about FPL, he was there in my team. But what I did, clever thing, let's put him on the bench. Let's not play him against Liverpool. That's what I did. Like a fool always. But again, FPL, you know what it is. It's in the mud. 0-0 draw, third draw for Liverpool. Yes. Big up to Just Viola. Big up. How are you? And
Big
again, what do you think about the lineup? Just Viola would be great to hear from you as well. Lampard master class. Wow. Let's see. So, you know what? I wanted to ask McKyle. McKyle, now this is an interesting topic. Now, Gallagher, we all know that his best kind of virtue is putting pressure from up front, and he kind of takes those second ball direct shots, which he also has in his locker, compared to basically just being a tackler, right? In number 6. So now we have Loftus Cheek, Gallagher, and Kovacic. We don't have any sitter out there, really speaking. So is he going to do what he did in Carabao Cup with Loftus Cheek? Maybe doing that by any chance? He played centre half in one game, I remember.
Yeah, no. When I see Loftus-Cheek being put in midfield, that's what I'm thinking. The expectation is that he's going to show some defensive positioning. But will it happen? I don't know. Like on the ball, that's a nice midfield to have. Off the ball, it'll be interesting to see how we handle West Ham. It's going to be tricky, man. I'm hoping almost that we almost try to sit back and like play a little bit deeper, because I don't want us to be upfield and get exposed with these three in the lineup. Can Loftus-Cheek do the job? Yes, of course, 100% he can do it. Is he the best in positioning? Probably not, right? So it's going to be just down to his application on the day. Hopefully, he has a good game.
Okay. By the way, I don't know if you can hear some noise in the background. There is like crazy amount of music, drums, and whatnot going on here. Like I said, there's a festival going on, and of course, people for celebrating this festival, as in definitely enjoy a festival. But again, for us, as in again, Chelsea, anytime they play the festival for me, so that's how it is. West Ham ka improvement hua. Wow, the squad now becomes UCL level. Wow, and that's a important comment because West Ham, if you see the stadium, the investment they've had, I think probably one of the highest in England. So you have to expect that from West Ham that okay, they need to raise their standard at some point in time. Even Aston Villa, and we'll come to Aston Villa later on this week. But West Ham, where are you seeing Fahim as in looking at this team? David Moyes, yes, he's got them to Conference League. Probably this time also, most of them, including myself, had favorites for 7th or 8th spot, like you said. But what should be the real expectation now that they've got Paqueta, now they've got Cornet, of course, for Burnley, I know, but a good impact. They already had Benrahma, Lanzini. Man, this attack looks crazy. Bowen is not in form even. Imagine him being in form.
Yeah, I mean, they've not started off well. I think, what was it, three losses in a row. So they're not in good form. They've spent a lot of money on Paqueta, Scamacca, like you said, Cornet as well. The expectation at the start of the season for West Ham for me was, finishing in Europa League spot, because you spent a lot of money. Now you need to obviously perform, but they've not performed. It's still early in the season, whether they will still reach that expectation. But I still think if David Moyes finds a way to integrate Paqueta, integrate what's his name, Scamacca as well, then I think they have a good chance finishing in the European spot. But if you were going to judge it in the first 5 games, it's not looking good. I think I'm in the mid-table then, if the way they're going.
Correct. But you know what? Against Spurs, I thought they were unlucky, bro. As in, I thought they really deserved the 3 points. just like Liverpool did not. I know Liverpool fans are going to literally DM me today the way I've been putting. But again, man, I mean, this doesn't happen every day that Liverpool drop points. You need to understand at the end of the day, fun banter is part of football, And I'm for it
Yeah.
as long as within limits. You know what, Sanik, I think you joined late, bhai. मुझे लगता है जैसे McKyle ने बोला ना, why not Broja is because Tuchel is simply protecting him, and he doesn't want that kind of pressure coming as soon as he's signed a new contract. Pretty sure Broja will come on. As in knowing our attack how it is. Again, I hope I'm wrong, but pretty sure he's going to be needed to be coming on at some point. And that's what five subs does to you. And I think one more point probably we are missing on McKyle is the fact that for many of these players in a squad, it'll be the first Champions League game if I'm not wrong in midweek, right? I don't think many of them youngsters have even played a Champions League game ever.
Well, not as potential participants, probably. Especially, I don't know about the new ones.
Like
Um,
Gallagher, for instance, we have, of course, as in Broja. I'm not sure.
Roya
Yeah, he
Gallagher,
should have played. Correct?
Fofana. I don't know if he's
Fofana.
got experience before, so that's an interesting point. But it's also what playing at Chelsea is about. That's why
Yeah,
we, that's why players aspire to play at clubs like ours. So I hope they enjoy the equation, but also step up and put in good performances or whatever chances they get. It should
correct,
be
correct.
interesting. So
Because
that's an interesting way to look at it. Yes.
yeah, I'm just looking at the fixtures now. So Tuesday night it is, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Fahim. But I think it's Tuesday night. We have Dinamo Zagreb away,
Yeah.
right? So based on that, I think the fact that it's Dinamo Zagreb. Again, I'm a little bit surprised that Kovacic is playing tonight because I think there is a connection
Mm.
there. Of course, the Croatian connection, and with him being not 100% fit, I'm very surprised that Kovacic is playing. But that's the desperation that we are in midfield.
Mm.
Like we rather have Kovacic than not. As in Tuchel is ready to take the chance, and that's the whole reason why we signed a new striker, a new midfielder. Sorry. So
Mm.
here again, coming back to this point, same Fahim. Maybe a Thiago Silva starting today and us going three at the back is maybe because we feel that Dinamo Zagreb we can probably go four at the back, maybe play Chalobah there. You see a rotation thing with Tuchel. We've seen that, right?
Yeah. I think Tuesday night there should be rotation no matter what. It is no disrespect to Dinamo Zagreb, but Chelsea are a lot better. We should have enough quality to beat them in our squad. If Chalobah starts, I expect Chalobah to put in a good performance. So Thiago Silva starting, I would definitely rest him against Dinamo Zagreb. So far this season, we've over relied on Thiago Silva, which is my worry throughout the season because I don't want him to be over relied on, considering the fact that he is 38 now or 37, not sure. But the thing is,
Yeah, turning 38,
yeah,
but looks 28.
yeah, it looks 28. But we need to make sure he's not overloaded with games because obviously his age, his pace, he could pick up an injury that can literally rule him out for a year. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. So we need to manage Thiago Silva properly this season. So yeah, I hope to see Chalobah play against Dinamo Zagreb. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, by the way, again, quick shout out. I know that there's still 25 minutes left, and there are 5 games, crazy amount of games. So we might take quick predictions towards the end as well. But सब लोग जो भी है यार, सब लोग पहले like कर दीजिए. Please like the stream. It helps. That is the food for the stream. So if we have more people coming in, we'll have their predictions, their thoughts about the lineups. Even you guys joining late, please share your thoughts in the comment section. And yes, don't just subscribe to Almighty Blues FC, which I'm assuming you will, but also subscribe to CFC Fahim. Big shout out to him, absolutely, and give a follow to McKyle as well. McKyle and Almighty Coach definitely there always. So please give them a follow. The links are below in the description. So here, this is a very interesting question. I know Luma and you, big up to you, is asking like if Broja is getting protection, why isn't Fofana? McKyle, you want to take that?
Isn't Tuchel protecting Fofana like Roya? Why isn't? I think they're
Yeah,
very
why
very
isn't?
different very different roles on the pitch, right? Fofana's coming in to provide defensive stability. Roya is a very different type of player. He's more of a luxury future prospect that we're hoping that can start stepping in and getting more minutes as we progress through the season. So I think that the roles are very different. And Fofana, I think, is a Premier League experienced, and then we're hoping that he can just start without without any issues. He can just slot into that role. So very different expectations from the two in the way in the positions that they're playing. So it makes sense. But I'm surprised to see him starting today. I thought Tuchel would probably give him another couple of games just to kind of see, train with the group and try to form some synergies. I think he's French speaking, right? So I guess there's probably a good communication line with Mendy already, and I guess Tuchel's anxious to see how he reacts to the challenge. So as are we, I guess. So it's good to see.
Yeah, Fahim, I'm not sure if I was there in your review, bro. As in the other day, when we lost that stupid, we should have lost 4-1. We lost 2-1 to Southampton, probably one of the most
Mm.
embarrassing series for me. But Mendy in that point, like where were you on that? I know that Koulibaly was kind of covering the angle, but are you Mendy in, Mendy out? Like where are you in terms of starting 11?
For that goal, the Lavia goal, I think his vision from what I saw was kind of blocked, and he got a touch. I think that was a very late reaction from Mendy, concerning I think he thought the defenders in front of him would have blocked it, and then he saw the ball a bit late, and that's how he got the touch. Or maybe, I'm not too sure, but I'm not going to blame Mendy for that goal. I think the fact that Lavia was literally free of space and no one marked him, that's on the outfield players. But Mendy out, I think it's a hard one because I think with Mendy he has his deficiencies. He has some strengths in terms of shot stopping, but when it comes to ball playing, he sometimes thinks too much.
Yeah.
He's too overconfident, like we saw against Leeds. He wanted to do a Cruyff turn and it failed horrendously. But I think if you want to win the league title and you want to play that sort of style, building up from the back, you need to have a specialist in terms of goalkeeper who can play out from the back, like an Ederson or Alisson, to win your league title. So can Mendy do that? I don't think
Yeah,
so,
we
in
will
my
have to
opinion.
tweak it, bro. As in, listen, as in David De Gea with Manchester United as
Yeah,
an example, right? He cannot do that
yeah,
either, but he's a good
yeah,
shot stopper, just like almost like Mendy, I would say, right? But
yeah.
the fact that if you notice the last three matches, what David De Gea is doing, they're like
Mm,
probably 50% of the times he's kind of playing with the ball, 50% of the times he's just clearing
yeah,
it, and you have they're basically one of those pacers on the wings, and that's where I would say, and I would never thought of said that we are actually missing a Marcus Alonso kind of a thing running down the wing, because actually that used to become an outlet at some point even for Mendy,
yeah.
to kick the ball. So
Mm-hmm.
now can Kukurea do that? Probably he will in course of time, but right now probably he's learning it. McKyle, will that be fair to say that because the wing backs, or rather the Koulibaly and Kukurea both, right, are kind of newish on that side for Mendy? Maybe that is why he's kind of all caught in one direction. He's not able to be more comfortable kicking the ball, or just that Tuchel has maybe said no, just play with the ball. That's what I want you to do. What do you think is happening?
That's a good point. Question. What the tactics or the instruction to the goalie is forever an enigma to me, because even if you're playing out from the back, there's a time to play out from the back and there's a time not to. And for our goalies, for if you look back through the years, it's always been a head scratcher. Like there are situations where you can play from the back, and there are situations where it's insanity to try to play from the back.
Mm,
And they're just not. They're too scared to actually clear the ball. They're too scared to play hoof it up. But and we pay the price so many times. But it's almost like we're following instructions. So even if we concede, it is what it is. And as a fan, that makes me annoyed. That it's frustrating to watch. But as a player, maybe there's pressures where they'd rather do that and concede than get yelled at for hoofing it out upfield, or putting it out for a throw in or something. And that's the confusion. And when Aspi looked back at Mendy and put the ball out for a corner, you could see all of that playing out in that split second. That we don't know what the right play is, and Aspi kind of tried to, okay, he's going to try to play it out, and we're going to get into more trouble. So let me just put it out. That cost us, and anyways, in a goal. So I agree with you. I don't necessarily. I don't understand the instructions from are we going to play out from the left or right either during the game. Sometimes we'll have the right wing open and the guy is like yelling, give me the ball, give me the ball. As P in the last match was like howling for the ball.
Exactly.
And we kept putting it on the left side. So yes, what you're saying also makes sense that they're new, but then that's the only direction the centre backs wanted to play out from. Thiago Silva was not even looking at Aspi at that point. So maybe there was an instruction there from the coaches on the sideline. It's hard to tell when you're playing the game because you're seeing the spaces, but we don't always take those spaces, take advantage of them. So the instruction can be different. Maybe the instruction is to try to draw the opposition out to a different part of the
I
pitch.
think so, Mikhail. You know why? And again, people think that why am I being the devil's advocate here? But the idea is, I remember a pass. Was it against? I think it was probably against Leicester itself, where we went down to 10 men. Gallagher was off, right? And was it that game? I don't know. A game where Koulibaly played. Koulibaly had one of those passes, and he went over over the midfielder, and he had an aerial pass. And Tuchel, for once, I was happy, man. Okay, come on, we have someone like Rudiger or Thiago Silva, what he used to do, doing that, and Tuchel actually shouted at him. Then why are you doing? I actually saw that in live, and that's why
Yeah,
he's bound to
yeah,
criticism as well,
yeah.
right,
So
Mikhail?
there is that balance between making a decision on the pitch and following the instruction to a T always. And if you think about the Tuchel's persona, he's yelling and screaming from the touchline like an Antonio Conte sometimes, right? And if you contrast that to maybe somebody like Ancelotti, who's just sitting up 5 rows back chewing gum or something, it does. You wonder that maybe you do need to lay off sometimes and let the players play the game. It's different examples, and I'm sure Ancelotti has his coaching staff yelling instructions regardless, even if he's not. But
Right.
it does beg the question. Sometimes we are so driven to execute to the instruction that we actually end up making choices that are riskier, that are not. I would love to see us take the advantage of a longer pass, because when we get too dug in, and we're getting high pressed. If you look at, it's not just, oh, this is not good enough for us to play the long ball. Real Madrid won the Champions League playing like that. If you try
And
to
within minutes, every
press
game,
them,
Mikhail,
if you
within
try to press
minutes,
them, they just went beyond you.
correct.
So there was no living with them. They knew that, okay, fine. If we're going to be hounded, we're going to have two people looking for the ball upfield who will run with it, and they ran with it. They ran with it every match of the Champions League final stages, and that's how you're supposed to play. When I look at Sterling and Pulisic up front, that's what I'm expecting from them. That somebody's going to put that ball out to put them in behind, and then they can run 30, 40 yards and try to score a goal. I don't mind that. What I don't want to see is us trying to getting jammed in these areas where the ball doesn't progress to the final third, and we're just passing it around endlessly and creating pressure for ourselves. And at the same time, there's no synergies going forward.
Yeah,
No,
completely agree.
I hear you absolutely. But fine, just I think that brings a question for me. Koulibaly, man, again, like I know it's too early to judge, etc. But what do you think about Koulibaly? As in, yes, of course, as in he played a certain way in Napoli, and I know that with Senegal team as well, he's the main guy in defense, right? The fact that your Thiago Silva is next to him, uh, do you think the fact that he's like just about there as a role as a left center back is kind of putting him in the shell, like we just Mikhail was talking about, where he tried that pass? Like, do you think Tuchel should kind of just leave it to him because he's like very very experienced, Bruno?
Yeah, I think I agree with what McKyle is saying completely. I think with managers like Pep, Tuchel, they do want to look into detail way too much, and you can see it on the pitch. And I think you should let players play with intuition as well, rather than try to force things. Let it happen naturally. And I think with Koulibaly, I think Tuchel wants him to pretty much do what Rudiger did at Chelsea: play forward, try make runs from left centre back to midfield, and then to attack if you can, underlap, overlap, wherever it is. And I think Koulibaly will adjust to it. He has done a decent job so far. I'm not, if you disregard his red card, he's not done a bad job so far. But I think it'll take time for him to adapt to that role. Is that his best strength? I don't think so. I don't think that's his best strengths. I think his best strengths is obviously staying in defence and not just bomb forward all the time, because it does look at times he can be clumsy with the ball. Ball playing can be a bit off sometimes when it comes to long passes and playing 1-2s here and there. But I have confidence that he'll adapt. He's experienced and suits the Premier League. He played left centre back for Napoli as well, so he's comfortable with his left foot at times. So yeah, I don't have any worries with Koulibaly, to be honest.
Okay. By the way, thanks, Suraj. Thanks for coming on. Yes, hoping for a 2-0 victory. Let's hope. Again, yes, we'll come to the predictions as well. But before that, there are other matches as well. But I would also request, yes, Rahul has pointed out in the chat. Anyone who's new to the stream, please consider liking the stream, and of course, do give your definite kind of as in definite kind of I'm saying definite kind of thought about what that starting lineup tells you. Are we going to go 3-5-2 with Tuchel? It's anyone's guess, absolutely. Well, nervous or confident, I don't know, man. McKyle, where are you? Like, I'm rather being very very circumspect and not really, as in what do you say, as in outwardly confident here, to be very honest about it. But where are you sitting right now?
It's a coin toss what Chelsea will show up. We've been a bit of a yo-yo form. So I'll take a draw today, just given the form that we've been in. But I'm hoping for a win. For sure. It'll be a good play.
You're on mute.
Oh, sorry. I asked, like, where are you, Fahim, in terms of confidence level? As in, what percentage are you giving Chelsea today?
I don't know. It's a tough question. I do expect some sort of reaction from that Southampton game. I do want to see a reaction, and I do expect a reaction. Am I confident? No, I'm not confident. But look, Chelsea can surprise me. They surprised me against Spurs, so I hope that'll be the same case in today's game. So yeah, hopefully that's the case. Hopefully.
Okay. And yes, people, what do you all think in the chat? Do let us know what is the score prediction that you're going with. Of course, for people joining late, there is a certain lineup that we already reacted to. But of course, there are other games. And I don't know, I'm hearing that Mitrovic is not playing. Is that true? I'm just taking a look right now. But this is the Chelsea lineup that we're talking about. Meanwhile, let me try and pull up the other lineups quickly. We'll just take a quick score prediction. And yes, it's Everton 0, Liverpool 0, for those who might have missed that one. So right now we are having a Tottenham Fulham. That's another derby, technically speaking. And yeah, he's playing, man. Mitrovic is playing. Come on. The rain kind of scared me. I'm like, I brought him in the FPL today. But anyway, Tottenham, McKyle, like, are you convinced? Are Tottenham doing a Liverpool this season? Really? Again, just generally, Conte, I know that is a little bit pragmatic compared to most managers. But do you feel Tottenham fans should be happy the fact that they're getting results and that's what matters for them?
Yeah, 100%, man. It's a good. Looking like Tottenham are looking more serious, more ominous this season than they have in recent seasons. So it should be a tough competition in the London teams in the EPL this season. And we're if anything, we're chasing in terms of form and in terms of performances. So we have our work cut out between Arsenal and the Tottenham and West Ham and the rest of the Crystal Palace. So there's a lot of London clubs that are competing and looking good. So Conte is not messing around. Conte is not here to just buy time. He's gonna wanna push everything out of that squad, and if he doesn't get results, he's going to be gone. So he's I'm expecting Tottenham to press hard, both in the cups and in the table. Yeah, and it's good to see. Competition is good. I have a soft spot for Conte, regardless of how he left the club. His 2017 title is our last title, so there is a if anything, I respect him and what he can accomplish with that squad. And Kane and Son and the rest of the cast at Tottenham, it's an intimidating prospect.
Right. As in shocking to me, but again, I know that FPL in the mud. Fahim, Kulusevski, Perisic, all those people are gone, man. Is it Champions League football rotation? You feel Conte is finally focusing on competitions? Is it?
Probably. I think, but yeah, my FPL is also in the mud as well. So, I mean, Kulusevski, so far this season has done okay, not too bad. I think Richarlison deserves a start because against who was it? Nottingham Forest
Yeah, where he got kicked as well, though.
yeah, that was hilarious. That was funny. Um, but that assist that he had for Kane, he's made an impact for Spurs off the bench. And to be honest, Richarlison has has been better in my opinion than Heung-min Son. But we'll wait and see how he does. Richarlison, Kane, and Son. I think that's a deadly front three. To be honest, I think it's a front three that will definitely be a scary front three. It'll be a scary front three in the future. I do believe that'll be the case, but we'll see. I think Mitrovic as well is obviously in good form. He could score today. I don't have him in FPL, but he could definitely test Eric Dyer in terms of aerial ability. I do think Mitrovic wins that battle with Dyer, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, and I know here, as in the festivities are increasing here near my place. But anyway, just what 5 minutes now left to kick off. Just 6 minutes as I speak. So, as in again, I know that after the transfer windows ended, I'm meeting you guys for the first time, and I know I've reacted on the channel. For people out there in the chat, do let me know. But McKyle, as in, what is your take? As in, again, I know that Chelsea spent technically the highest, if I'm not wrong, our net spend is basically just a tinge below Manchester United. So, Mikhail, what are your expectations, really speaking of, with that squad? I know that you have invested lot in youth, though.
Yeah, how many are starters, right? If you, it's a long lineup of incomings, but not all of them are starters. So that's the question mark, right? While it's not necessarily a bad thing, the board are showing that they have one eye on the future as well, and they're not scared to put their money uh, in good prospects. So it's a positive sign. We did spend a lot, but look at the pitch. Look at the starting lineup today, right? So there's a lot still to spend because we have issues. We have issues. We don't have depth in central midfield, defensive midfield, and it's when everybody's fit. Yes, we can get by, but right now I don't know if Zakaria is going to be playing wing back or or DM
You
as
know,
the season progresses.
I genuinely believe, like what I read, again, I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because I've been one of the advocates along with Mikhail. Like, we've been telling that, as in, what excuse you need after like not winning the league after five years to kind of change something and utilize your personnel to what they actually bring. And that is what Zakaria is an example, Pulisic is an example, Hudson-Odoi was an example to some extent, Gallagher is, and again, Ziyech is. So Ziyech, Mikhail, like quickly, I know there are like what couple of minutes left now. From the bench, who do you see coming on in this game?
Well, it'll probably be Mount, Ziyech if he's that's a shout. But I'm excited to see, anxious to see Broja come on and make an impact because that's where my hopes are invested in terms of a surprise for this season. Hopefully, we get a tune out of Broja and he's able to contribute with goals and assists this season. Goals probably because that's the area that we're really struggling in. So I think those three, and then there might be one or two defensive substitutions with maybe based on how the game's progressing.
Correct. And I think one point five, I remember discussing with you as well last time. Now Chilwell, like again, we are playing
Hmm.
the wing back system that we are, right. As in the fact that Pulisic is not that confident scoring, and the fact that he's played with Chilwell a lot more. Would that make sense to actually get on Chilwell and maybe move to Kukure as the left center back, because Fofana doesn't have the fitness for 90 minutes?
Um, I think Cucurella can play left centre back, but I wouldn't do that for this game, considering
Okay,
it's West Ham. I think they
Antonio.
will definitely expose. They could expose Cucurella's lack of height or something. I think that's what Tuchel has in his head. I think Ben Chilwell can definitely make a sub appearance. I would not mind it for Cucurella. I think Cucurella's played a lot of minutes so far for Chelsea. I think he does need a little bit of a rest, and I think Dino Zagreb, he will get that rest as well. So I have no worries Ben Chilwell getting minutes. He just needs his time. Whenever he comes on, he does look like he has lost a bit of pace, but hopefully he gets back that form that he was on last season. So yeah.
Silva the captain today.
Pardon me, McKyle?
I think Silva is the captain today.
Yeah, Silva is the captain, exactly. That's what he showed in the beginning. That's the interesting part. The fact that Jorginho and Azpilicueta both are on the bench. Imagine, like, these are new times for Chelsea. Kante not even being in the squad. Let's see, as in how it goes. I know communication has been the only aspect of Silva. I don't think he's as comfortable in English, and that is one of the primary reasons why Tuchel was a little bit hesitant. But with, again, I'm assuming with Wesley Fofana being French, with Koulibaly kind of having no Italian, Silva probably was there in Italy. I'm guessing it's just about fine. And of course, Koulibaly and Mendy, man, they come from Senegal. So I think they'll manage. Let's get that right. But it's time for the final predictions. I have actually gone, yes, the real thing is I've gone for like conceding goals as well as scoring for a change. So 2-2 is what I've called it. Obviously, I want a Chelsea win. I'll take a clean sheet any day. I'll take a 2-0, but I'm expecting a 2-2. But the fact that we are playing Liverpool, etc., in the following weeks, as in we need a win, don't we? As in, what's your final score prediction, Fahim?
2-1 Chelsea. 2-1 Chelsea. I think we'll win. Yeah.
McKyle?
Yeah, I don't make predictions on score lines, but I think I can see 2-2 playing out. It's that kind of game. It's going to be a scrap.
Yeah. And again, yes, people asking for a watch along. See, the idea is like, we want to do a lot of things. But at the end of the day, as in there's a lot of content that we intend to do. So it's all about quality, not quantity. But again, I would love it if you all want. Again, if instead of just one or two people, everyone says that do watch along, I'm more than happy to do it. But at some point, as a fan, sometimes you need to just listen to the earphones and just enjoy. And that's what I'm kind of wanting again, and then coming back to watch alongs as well. So don't worry, we are coming back to watch alongs. But as you know, hum karte hai bhai, pre-match karte hai, review, you will get it, and of course Milan derby as well. So hopefully we'll get a live review done of both together. And I know Fahim, you're probably doing a live review as well, right?
No, not today.
Today you're not doing. Okay, so okay guys, so today I might be doing, let's put it that way. So one of us will certainly do it. But again, thanks a lot guys for coming here. Come on, up the chairs, man. We need a victory, man. Come on, we need some morale booster. No
Up the Chelsea, guys.
Up the Chelsea.
guys.